Hi, this is Richard and Lorene, and I wanted to revisit the print mounting procedure that we did a while back, where we're mounting a print onto Ultraboard. And Ultraboard is a self-adhesive, all plastic, polystyrene, foam core, inner and outer are slick, smooth surfaces. One of the surfaces has an adhesive, very, very tacky, that'll hold the prints. It's non-acidic or anything like that, so it's really an inexpensive way to mount prints, and really quite a good way to do it. What we're going to start with is I'm not going to talk about the old procedure, which we took weighted bags of these pebbles, pea gravel, and to hold the print down, the idea was to hold the print in place while you're manipulating and trying to get it stuck down to the adhesive. And you got to have some way to align it, hold it still, and do that. So Pete Paulson came up with an idea to use a little stick and clamps to hold it on there. The clamps can be bought at Walmart for I think eight for $3 or $4. And the stick is a stick free from Home Depot. It's a paint stirring stick. And so I just cut it down, sanded the edges so I couldn't mar the surface of my print. So I just wanted to do revisit that procedure so that we can record this better, improved way to do it. And thanks, Pete, for helping us out with that. And instead of having the bags, the weighted bags, what we have is a little board. This was cut from a free paint stirring stick from Home Depot, and it was about 2 feet long. I cut it in half, sanded all the edges down so there wasn't any place that would possibly scratch the surface of the print, and so we'll use that as a compression piece. Then these two clamps are, you can get 6 of these or 6 or 8 in a box for about $4 from Walmart. And so the idea is to take, and also we have a piece of paper to put down over the print to protect it, and we don't want to ruin it just from our own moving stuff around. An India ink marking pen. After we're through, the edge of the print is very white, and it'll contrast with this black, and it's best to mark that out if you have a little roller to make sure we have the print down nice and firm once we get everything placed the way we want it to be placed. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to move this print to the edge of the counter here, and it makes it a little easier to be able to mount the prints. Okay, first thing we want to do is just to brush off the back of the print. Your hand is fine. What we're trying to do is get off any grit that might be there, any like little things that are going to make a pimple on the print once it gets glued down. So your hand is fine. This is the surface of the adhesive. Now once we pull it back, it's just going to be glue there. So there's really nothing there, but we're going to lay the print down on it. So just make sure that there's no grit on it as well. A little bit of dust really I don't think is going to hurt anything, but we just want to have the grit. So put it on there, align it in a quick way, and then place a little compression stick on there. And what we want to do is, like I said, have it over the end of the counter, and then go ahead and once we get it aligned pretty much, go ahead and put one of the clamps on one side. And I just messed it up. Do it again. Do it again. Okay. Wider this time. Okay. Now we have a kind of a pivot point, so that if we need to move it like this, then this is going to hold it down. I want to make sure it's all right. Okay, it is. Now I'm going to put the other clamp on there. Okay, now, so now that we have one end of the print secured, then what we're going to do is to, first of all, protect the print. We really want to protect the print surface. So what we want to do is now we can pull it back, and we want to peel back this protective paper. We want to peel it back about an inch, We don't want it too far because we want to put this print down right where we want it to go down, not where the print happens to fall. If there's too much exposed glue, then it might fall, with the print kind of folded, and it'll be a big bubble in the middle. So just leave a little bit, about an inch. And it's important remember that this paper is real springy. And that's a good thing, because now when we lay the print down, the print won't touch the adhesive until we want it to. And so now I'm going to put some kind of protective paper. This happens to be one of the release papers. So what I'm going to do is start back here and kind of push the print down very flat and just right like this. And now, getting down to the end of it, go like that. Now that print is firmly attached in alignment the way we want it to be. So now what we want to do is go ahead and take the clamps off, and we will then adhere the rest of the print. And Lorraine's going to help me out with this. What I'm going to do is to pull this back and grab the little release paper down here. And Lorraine's going to go ahead and put the paper on here. And as I pull the release paper out, then Lorraine's going to go and put this print down. I can hold this up. And just as I move this, you can come right up the middle and then out to the sides. So just start right here in the middle, Lorraine. And go ahead and just start in the middle and then move to the sides. Wow, there's something right there. I hope that's not, anyway. Let's go. Keep going. Okay. Right up the middle and then out to the sides. Okay. Till we're through. So let's see what we have. And I'm going to go ahead and just roll these edges. You could just as well do it with your hands, but make sure the corners and the edges are the important parts to make sure that they're down. If you have a little roller, fine. If you don't worry about it or lose any sleep over it, which you probably won't anyway. So there we are, a nice, beautifully flat mounted print that is going to be really nice. One thing I didn't mention is the boards that I prepare have slots mounted in it, and of course you want to get the orientation correct before you put the print down. I didn't tell you that, but now you know, so we don't want to have to sell you too many extra boards. But so that's it. A very easy way to mount these in a professional looking way. It's very easy, very inexpensive, and highly recommended. Now what we have to deal with now is this white, the white edge of the print. And we're going to take our little special India ink marker. And what I want to do, never have your hand over the print. For example, like if you never have your hand over the print, that's just the clue so you won't mess it up. Make sure your hand is off the edge. And let's say put it on the edge of a counter or something like that. Again, kind of protect the print if you're going to put your hand on it. And just go hold it kind of on an angle and just go right down that paper. And this really does quite a good job in marking that white line right out. Now, we're mounting on a black piece of mounting board, and so this will mask it right out. If you're doing white, which is not too common, then obviously you don't need to take this particular step. So protect the print is the prime directive here, folks. Right down the side. One more to go. And right here, right down the side. Is my arm in the way? Right down the side. Sorry if it was. I'm not a cinematographer, as you probably have already noticed. Okay, now you can see the white line that was there is no longer there. And it just makes for a cleaner looking print, just makes for an altogether better looking result. when we don't have that little glaring white line. Okay, well, this is Richard and Lorene, and this is how to mount your print onto Ultraboard. Thanks for watching.